Alright, stream. Welcome back. Sorry for the delay. So, what we're going to be doing today is some Overwatch coaching. We're coaching for a British university team. I don't know their team name. I'll know it soon, hopefully. But, regardless, so this will be... University of Hertfordshire. Easy. So, like what I said, for today we'll be going over a review live while they play against this other team. Then hopefully they can learn a little bit and get some better results. I'll unmute the comms shortly and we'll start going over stuff. I should probably go ahead and go over here. Alrighty, there we go, we did it. Alright, so it is the University of Hertfordshire facing the University College London. Call me crazy, but that seems like a little bit of an oxymoron. Alright, well, we'll find out. At any rate, I'm going to go ahead and unmute their comms so that you guys can hear them as well, and then we'll start breaking down the gameplay. Alright, so right now they're doing the picks and bans phase. They're deciding what map they want to play. This is all seems pretty fairly standard. If I was to coach of this team full-time, I would recommend that they have a set list of maps that they actively want to draft for and maps that they actively want to ban, and then kind of discuss that as a roster and decide what they want and then play from there in their picks and bans. I think I lowered Discord too low because I'm not really seeing it pop up on OBS.
No?
There we go.
No.
Okay. That should be good for volume, I think. If it's not good, let me know in the chat and I'll address and fix.
I don't know how many left. So I think we've got Hollywood, Hanamura, Kings Row. That's what we got next. That's what we've got so far.
So at this point, they should continue. This is fine. They're just discussing what maps they have left. Probably, like I said, they want to be knowing kind of more what maps they want to go for and what maps they don't want to go for, and then drafting around that.
Are you reading the general chat?
I don't want Blizzard World, okay. Oh, what about
I'm gonna go ahead and test the app. I'm gonna sure it's working.
Temple Vanilla?
That works.
We like that one, don't
we
we?
can see the smiley face.
Yeah.
Alright, we can see the
Yeah, that
smiley
one
face.
is-
Excellent, we're good to go.
Basically, we just stick top three and just ban everything else, really. If we can.
What about Numbani?
Just put it down. I don't care at this point. Just get going.
Go quicker if maybe if other people got map list up in front of them. Oh fuck, I like Kings Row.
Ooh, that's not what I wanted. Almost added something instead of adding here. Rather than bad.
Maps left are alright. He's doing it for us. Nice.
Ah, nice guy.
This is why he's top 500.
So we
Alright, Dorado, bye-bye.
Dorado. Illus in the park.
Oh god.
Okay.
This is why we're not top 500.
So
Three bands.
It's a little bit funny.
Nepal?
out
Nuke Nepal.
Oh, it's a side note. I suppose I should mention this. I believe
out
they
of those
stated
three,
that
so
the
out of the three, Dorado, Ilios, Nepal, you'd
I
rather
shouldn't
have
be doing that.
Nepal. Get rid of Nepal over Dorado
Put
and
that
Ilias.
there. That's fine.
Yeah.
Right
Yeah.
there.
Yes.
Okay. It's worth noting that the average SR of these teams, the team on the right, red team, which is the team that I am coaching today, or doing a review of their match live, I believe they said their average was like 2.5k to 3,000 SR, somewhere in that range, I believe. I think that was about their average. The other team, I think they were saying it was somewhere around the 4,000, 4.2k range, so an average Grandmaster team.
Damn it, I like Hanamura, man. One of my favourite
Fast, let's
mechs.
go.
This is whipped
Jensen,
out at the end.
A. Snow
What's
Point,
that?
S. We're spelling our sauce.
Us.
Oh yeah, sorry, I needed A. Okay. You career pro.
Cosmic S.
Yeah.
A. Load, damn it.
Am I still showing I'm streaming Black Ops? I think I am. Should probably fix that, huh?
Where is it?
Dashboard.
Underneath, next to Shanghai Dragons.
It's right at the top.
Update information. There we go. Alright, we're good.
Now we
Go
ban
Fix the
first.
chat.
and now we pick which map goes for.
What map do we want first then? So Temple's
Seems like they're
first
almost done
map,
with the
okay.
draft, which is good. Drafting's always a tedious
good?
process for every roster.
Fuck, I don't know.
The easiest way to
Temple
fix
first?
that is to just
No,
Temple is
preemptively-
last.
is to preemptively discuss what maps you want, pick and banned, like have a top 3 for each, and then draft accordingly. And then actively practice those maps that you talked about. That way, you have the you're actively practicing them, so you can play them adequately, of course.
First.
Oh.
SS baby. Dun, 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 dun,
Just
dun,
one
dun.
really long ass.
LP versus SD. I'm so confused.
LS. Oh, they think we're gonna be all Shanghai Dragons. That's why.
Fail, we went 0-40,
Of
guys.
course they're going London Spitfire because they won.
That's pretty funny, actually.
Switch, everybody switch. Who was
No,
the second
just
best?
leave it, just leave it. We're us, dude.
We're us. We are us. No.
Alrighty, I think the game should be starting shortly, which is pretty good for
have
us.
you looked what ranks they all are?
No.
Average rank is.
Can we ban our
It's-
Korean dude? Oh my god.
They're all private profiles. How rude.
Oh no.
How am I supposed to stalk their
Korean
SR if
dudes.
they're all private profiles? Come on, bro. They're literally all private profiles. No way. Oh my goodness. Okay, they're literally 6-man private profiles. Next level
Team
genius.
name. Hearts purple.
Hurts
Purple.
purple. Purple. Interesting team names. I like it.
Oh no, because you don't want to say Herpel. It's like Herpel.
The green guy's a top 500 sport basically. How my friends list. Makes sense.
Right, should we try? Should we run goats, or should we just do what we've been doing?
Triple sniper meta.
Alright.
Let's run goats. We've been playing it.
Goats?
Run goats.
Goats?
Yep.
Okay, so right now they're just
So,
discussing what comps they want to play.
Lucio-
That's
point.
good.
Yeah.
I'm gonna turn down
Lemon
Discord a little
one,
bit. If I can
Moira.
get my
Have you
cursor to
guys
work.
prayed to your respective gods?
Do we have
Oh,
to
yeah.
be like our classic skins or?
They would have already done that. So
Okay,
I
there
don't
we
know,
go.
they haven't said it. So
If the volume's too loud on anything, just let me know. I'm still trying to adjust Discord volume for
Okay,
coaching
so
on
we
stream.
need 2 more tanks. Black spoiler, what
Haven't done it
tank
in
do
a
you
minute.
I could go Diva or Winston.
We'll run a
Squads.
diva. We'll run a diva. I'll go Zarya.
Okay, so just discussing their hero pool options to make sense.
Like Shanghai Dragons.
Right. So what we're gonna do is run first. Lucio, call out when you have your E ability. then we're just gonna storm straight in.
We're
The map is similar to Volsky in terms of
try to
scope.
spectate the
Like
Lucio.
you said
I can
earlier,
click onto him.
as we,
Okay,
as
whatever.
long
We'll go
as
with Ryan.
we're
Ryan's good
creeping
enough.
and getting like every inch. But yeah, let's not get tunnel vision and let's not
The heck? Can you hear that? Super
behind
loud
you.
sirens behind me right now. It's crazy.
like that.
Focus.
Okay, so they're doing a good job. They're communicating what they want to talk about, or they're communicating what they want to play. They're talking about how they want to play it. This is all good so far.
Right now.
They got Ryan.
I'm at 500.
Mm,
Much less
it's a scary number right there.
I'm not gonna E straight away. I'll do it.
Ooh.
Okay.
Blue
So
card, no,
right
no.
at the door, make sure you matrix to eat the spam so you don't get hit by it. Just every single time you walk on a spawn door, when it's on a rollout, you should be making sure you eat it.
Alright,
As a
wait,
diva
wait,
right now,
wait,
you want to be
wait.
watching for the Ana to not get hit by it. I'm gonna.
Healing mode.
I'm
Video
waiting for
seems a
bubble.
bit laggy. Yeah, video's laggy for me too. It's 200 ms, so it's a little bit laggy. Good old YouTube servers, boys. Okay, so good job resetting as soon as you lost a player. That is what you want to be doing.
Yeah.
This is just
the
fine,
Hanzo.
just sitting here poking.
So I just-
If I was a diva, I'd be a little bit more careful about taking poke and trying not to eat all this damage. It's good to build support ults, but you're also building the DPS ults, so it's kind of like a
Right,
slightly
Ryan,
negative
step
trade-off.
back. Ryan, when
Yeah,
you
I got a
bubble,
big
I'm gonna
issue.
charge you. You need to pin that Ryan.
Playing for a Rhine pin is kind of monk-ass,
Ready?
but
Go.
it could probably work.
Run.
The diva should be
Push it
or
now.
should be matrixing the Reinhardt, forcing the heals off of him. Since they're running an Ana, you can just matrix all the heals and he'll die a lot faster. Swap off the diva. Give me somebody else to look at.
Switch. It's not working.
Zarya.
We'll keep the Zarya and the Ryan.
So they're calling a comp swap. That makes sense. We look at the compositions for both sides here.
The Hanzo and the Widow. We need a Widow versus that.
Yes, that's a good call from them. I was about to say they need something to deal with the snipers. So I would probably, if I was them, I'd say go dive with maybe like a Widow, like Sombra Widow dive, have the Sombra pester someone in the back line, have the rest of your tanks create space, and the Widows can take the Widow duel once the teams have started trading. But
Just do a dry run.
they decided to do this instead. Go. They call for a dry fight, which makes sense. The other team does have Shatter and Grab, so taking a dry run does make sense here.
I haven't got bubble for you yet. Nice
Good
block.
block on Shatter. Not a lot of resources devoted to the Rhine. The ball, Zarya and Bridget need to be playing more aggressive with the Rhine here. Trying to keep him, or I guess keep her. Yeah, her. Keep her alive as long as possible.
We need to get rid of this sniper.
They're not really putting resources into the Rhine, and it's very hard to win a Rhine v Rhine fight when the other team's putting resources on the Rhine and you're not.
It's not pink.
Ooh.
She didn't even see me, dude. How did she just come around the corner
Ooh.
like that?
It's fine. It's fine.
That
it's
was,
fine.
yeah, I saw that. That was not
I
nice.
was walking out of spawn, dude.
Wow.
A little bit unfortunate. At least they're laughing about it. Better to be laughing than be upset.
There's another venom line.
That's number.
They should be holding tab here, talking about what else they're going to be using.
He's on
Stuff like
the-
that.
okay,
Be like,
got
hey, I
Hanzo
have the
top,
salt, we have that
Windows
alt. Let's look
bottom.
to use those in combo. Sorry, English is hard.
Going for peak shots.
Yeah.
They know they have grab still, so they need to be careful with how they position. The diva should be playing like hyper aggressive here, watching for the self to be used aggressively and the grab after that.
Hands on the bottom. Hands on the bottom.
Yeah,
right.
Zarya's looking for a grab
Go,
right
Widow,
here.
go.
She's gonna grab in 3, 2.
Got the-
Whenever this
go,
Rhine
go.
drops the shield, she's grabbing probably. Wait, why did the Zarya not grab?
And there's one.
Oh, they put her on a Rhine, I guess. I don't know. I feel like they should have just grabbed though. It would have made more sense. Red team, that is. Red team should have just grabbed. It would have made more sense. Okay. At any rate, it was a good clean fight. They got a bunch of ulta for nothing. So going into the next fight, you need to be watching out for Grav. You need to be watching for Grav Dragon combo. That's probably what they're doing. They're probably waiting for Dragon to combo with it. You don't have a support ulti to really combo, so you need to make sure that your Zarya your Diva either eats Grav and Dragon, or you stay split so you don't all get hit by it. So right now, talk about what else they have coming to this fight and how you want to play it. Realize that they have a Grav, so to position carefully because of that.
Zarya in a friendly.
That's an engage condition right there for you. As soon as they don't have bubble, you should be playing aggressive and walking at them.
She was.
I'm gonna ult you now.
Zen's half.
Everybody got purpled and trading.
That's it.
That's the grab. There's the grab
Oh,
dragon.
crap.
Widow
It's a
down.
little late, but they finally use it.
Still winnable.
Size discorded.
Get this area.
Split positioning and target focus. They weren't really able to capitalize on anything. Okay, so overall from attack, the big things that we saw here that we need to have addressed is talk about what they're going to use this next fight and play to counter that. playing together more and making sure that we're rotating together and just in general shooting the same thing and not really splitting. At least they're keeping good energy right now. They're not really super upset, it sounds, which is good. It's important to not get tilted after a lost half.
Standard and safe.
Should I run Hanzo so I can deal with them both, or should I run the Widow again?
If you guys know what they're playing, that's fine.
Maybe you're more comfortable now.
So Ryan.
We're comfortable on, and we'll switch it around from there.
Alright.
Zarya.
Got Hanzo.
I'm gonna do this.
Gamora or Zan.
DPS main usually.
Right. Junk, you got to be careful of that. If they run that again,
There we go.
Junk's very good against goats.
Just gonna say that's weird.
That'll be very if they play it. But if they run the double sniper again, it'll be hard.
Or they'll
So they're
try and
running
stay out
an...
of the line of sight.
Huh. Okay, so this comp's a little weird. Ryan Orisa is not really a comp you see a lot of. I'm assuming that's more of a hero pool play for them. Like, they don't really have
Yeah, I'm
players who are
pretty
comfortable playing other heroes. So it's the easiest combination of tanks for them. That'd be my guess.
I gotta.
Ryan and Orisa kind of do opposite things, so it's a little awkward to see him here. You know, Orisa's very good at being static and holding one position, whereas Ryan's good at being able to be a little bit more dynamic and create space. So
Back a little bit, sit in that little doorway down
interesting to see how they play this here.
Okay, go Hanzo.
Tracer Hanzo.
Hanzo.
Careful, Junk.
Okay, so we know Trace is flanking behind.
I'm dropping down.
Junk really shouldn't be dealing with her that much. Oh, okay. JK, they have a trap. Oh,
Are
trap
you in
somebody
a
else.
friendly
I was gonna say, if the Tracer goes behind, Junk really should like not spend too much time dealing with her. She should just be spending
Trace
most of the
coming.
time shooting forward.
Yeah.
The backline healers need to play together more. Junk's playing a weird off angle here. This is very punishable. So Junk should just be playing with the rest of his team, and the healers should be playing together to keep each other alive.
It's all good. That's fine.
So important here again, like we said earlier, to not get tilted, to keep the comms up,
Oh,
to
dragon.
make sure that you're still focusing on the next fight, or the next map in this case. Be talking about what they notice the other team is doing that they can adapt to, or what they did wrong that they can fix, something along those lines.
I don't know what
I don't know
happened.
how that killed me though, dude. Right.
Okay, so that's Hollywood down. I believe they're playing 3 maps. I could be wrong. I think it was 3 maps, so 2 more maps to go at this rate. Okay, so going into this, right now I'd be talking about, like I said earlier, I'd be talking about what you want to do this next map, what you see them doing that you want to adapt to, stuff like that. Just in general, be proactively thinking about this upcoming map rather than just being quiet.
Right.
Quiet is tend to be bad. Even if it's just cracking a joke, you want to be talking about something at this point in time, just to
Mr. Road is tanked. Don't. Yeah.
make sure
Right,
everybody's
guys,
in a
let's
good
talk a
mood.
bit. Let's not be too quiet.
Yeah.
Alright.
What do you think we should be running? What do you think?
Arissa Road.
Are you doing boot comp? Then you can do. You should not run Farah here. You're gonna get melted.
Yeah, I think that'd be
So
fine.
do Hanzo and do.
One of Lucio. Maybe Lucio Anna. Lucio Anna.
Or Hanzo
Sure.
McCree.
Michano's a good healer combo. I like it.
Well, if they run a Farah, then they're gonna ruin.
At least for a rollout. On retake, you can obviously swap depending upon if you're holding or retaking.
It's up
But
to you.
on rollout, Lucian is a very good comp or really good healer duo to
Yeah,
use.
let's just
Um,
let's learn from what we're doing wrong.
So we
Okay.
need a
Yep.
road, basically.
Roadhog. What are the options in the damage slot?
Go Hanzo
Basically,
McCree.
we need a hit. We need a hit skin. Basically, so maybe like run McCree soldier for now. I would. How good are you at knocking down Farah as a soldier?
Alright.
Yeah, we got this, guys.
Okay,
Could have a
so
on this map, so be careful. If they
double
have
hit
a
scans,
Farah.
okay.
They have a
It's good to
Farah.
counter Farah, but if you're gonna run double hit scan, I'd prefer to see a
Raider.
Widow.
right, focus the Mercy. Where's the shield? Where's the shield at?
I don't have it. They shredded it.
should be communicating a little bit less demanding,
left
but
side.
just in general talking like, oh hey, they broke my shield, they're melting my shield fast, I'm gonna need help putting shield up, stuff like that. Make sure you guys are talking about what's going on and rotate if necessary.
That was my poor positioning, sorry.
Barrow's right above us.
They're winning the shield battle every single time.
Once you're down that many players, you should of course just reset. Good communication on the shield war
We got-
issue. Let's look to adapt that hopefully right here.
I almost want to say switch to Pharah.
If we
We
look
need to
at
fight the next one. We'll
comps,
just switch comp.
What? How did I?
that's unfortunate. This should be switching. Yep, Widow's a
We
good
need to get rid
pick.
of the fire basically.
Soldier should be swapping here as well. Soldier's not really great into their comp. He's not really going to do anything.
Play.
I'd swap off the Orisa Hog over to a Winston Diva here, just because Winston Diva is easier to retake with. You can kind of surround and collapse on them.
They're winning their
You
shield
have to watch out
battle
for
every time,
Valk,
so
Dragon, and Farbarrage coming into this next fight. Those are the big goals you need to worry about. So I'd like to see them talking about that a little bit more and looking how to play around it.
Left side.
There's the
One
barrage.
behind us. Oh,
Pharah
Managed to pick her up, but
Got it.
you're already down 2 players, so it's a lost fight. At this point, they should be getting to reset,
At least she's
set up for
that's
new,
right there.
rather than trying to force this fight. Continuing to force the fight here is a mistake. If the other team was a little bit better, they probably would have punished you harder. They could have pushed more aggressively under L or out of LOS of Widow to
Pull out
punish you for
Pharah
trying to
with the
reset.
Right.
shield down. Get a shield down.
My shield keeps getting shredded.
If the shield's getting shredded, they should look to not be playing around the shield, right? So either swap off their Sahag or rotate a different way so that your shield stays live longer. It's a good
Come
pick.
Nice.
You just scored it. Let's go for her.
You guys have a numbers advantage, but you really need to break the point at this point. So you should be looking to be aggressive and push into them. Like, take advantage of the fact that you're at numbers. Look to play around whole hog, something like that.
You guys deal with the rest of the team.
Fire is sneaking behind.
Pressure on
Fire
them.
is trying
Hog
to-
should be hugging here, like, as soon as he sees opportunity, every time they use
Fire
their
down.
combo. Unlucky. I think he was trying to play for hook there, but was standing too near the point and had to bait.
It's a difficult move.
Down. Down.
Say again?
Coming around. Careful.
Why?
Drop it.
Okay, so overall, I think swapping to dive would have been a lot better there. Sticking to the soldier doesn't really get value here. Probably should have swapped as well.
They're behind us.
So looking to swap the tanks for dive tanks and the soldier for a different DPS. If they're running the Widow, then like a Sombra would be pretty solid. If you're not being able to win the shield war, then start rotating more. Just, if you can't win the shield war and you are sticking to Orisa, then don't try to take it. Just do something different to try to win it a different way. The definition of insanity is, you know, doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results, which is kind of what we saw there. You guys just kept walking the same way, trying to do the same thing over and over again, and it never really worked. So if it doesn't work once or twice, you should probably start swapping it up and try to do something different to make it
I could go
to try something
Mercy for the
different.
person who might go far. I could go Mercy for that.
I'm not.
Point.
Go Ryan
Pharah,
Diva.
to be honest.
What?
What'd you say?
Ryan Diva. No play Diva.
Yeah, run a Diva instead of Road. Run a Diva instead of Road.
Cool.
Run a Ryan for main, and then the Diva can also focus the Pharah as well as me, if they have one.
And Diva babysit the supports.
But
Alright,
someone
that
most
made you-
likely run a Widow on this one, rather than Pharah or
about
both.
the-
Okay, so this is good. So they're talking kind of about what they want to do for this next map. That's what we wanted to see. This is good so
Yeah,
far.
or Widow.
They're calling where the Widow is, or that they have a Widow. They didn't call where the Widow's location is, though. That's one thing I'd like to see. Is them to talk about where the players are that they need to be worrying about.
He's up here. Monkey, get monkey. He's discorded. He's low.
They're down their Widow already.
I'm low. I'm low. I'm dead.
Diva behind.
Running Ryan on this map is really awkward. If you're gonna run Ryan on runes, you should just run
Run
full
a
goats
monkey.
or goats
Run
with
a
Widow.
monkey for
If
Genji.
you're not gonna do that, you should just not run Ryan.
Flap. Careful. Kenji just scored it.
Again, that's another thing about this map in specific is that
With the left side, near the
you
health
don't
pack.
really, I don't know, it's a hero pool issue where like you don't want to run heroes you're uncomfortable on, but you also don't want to run really suboptimal heroes. So it's about trying to mitigate that as much as possible while you're adapting and growing your hero pools.
Should I go junk for this?
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Gonna hide. I'm hiding. I don't know what I'm doing.
Well, junk against Genji is not ideal, but if you feel like you can deal with it, then do it.
Junk into Genji isn't that bad. It's just a skill matchup. Depends on how good the other player is. Theoretically, Junk wins that matchup if he
Okay.
plays it well. I don't know. It's really dependent. Both sides can win the matchup. It just depends on skill, like I said.
We're not.
They should be talking about ults here. They're gonna have like walls very soon, and probably a nano blade as well. So you should be watching out for those coming into this fight.
I have nano.
Trying to,
Genji.
you know that you have nano, so try to make a play around that maybe. Like, hey, let's nano our Winston and we can look to make space and jump or something.
Okay.
Right now you're kind of just like walking at them without any real plan or any idea what they have and just kind of dying over and over again because of it. So a little bit more proactive on, hey,
Genji
we
down.
have these ults, they're gonna have these, let's do this type thing. I think that'd be really helpful for them here.
Widow is literally just standing in the middle of the point.
Second, sorry. Sorry.
They're not wrong, Widow is just standing there. It's kind of hard to deal with the Widow though, unless you actively do something to
ult.
deal with her.
We want to go with my ult. Let's do it now.
Initiating with ults is fine. They should be probably using nano to initiate,
try
holding
some.
trank for when they blade,
gonna
because they're gonna have
have,
blade soon.
Widow down.
That's a good pick.
Nice,
Good trank to counter the blade. This is very
Yeah,
good.
there's ones. I remember those.
That's unfortunate. He gets cut down through it.
Where's the Genji?
I got Tracer now.
Avatar.
I'm coming on with Dragon.
So a little unfortunate map overall.
Thanks for the games.
They could have played a little bit better together and look to swap more. But again, not a matchup they're really super likely to favor, or they're not a matchup they're favored in anyways. So not the biggest thing in the world. I think they actually do have to play all three. It's one of those weird Blizzard settings where you have to play all the maps even if you already won or lost.
No. We play all three.
Okay.
Alright then.
Energy level definitely went down. I wouldn't be super depressed if I was you. Like, this is a match you're supposed to be losing theoretically anyways, so
what
I
are
wouldn't
we
be too
thinking?
stressed about it. I'd just more be looking to
for-
move on to the next one. Like, how can we
run.
try to win this
Everyone
next
run
map?
Widow.
Let's do something,
They're gonna run
different.
Widow. They're gonna probably run a Genji or
Okay.
hands on defense. Genji on attack. They run a Winston Diva on attack most
He was
likely.
placed in the dark. Yeah.
Do you think we'll need to deal with a Farah?
Maybe on attack, yeah. I'll run Widow on attack. No, on defense. Sorry, on defense we'll probably find they run a Farah when. we
Okay, so this is good. They're talking about what they're probably going to be running and how to adapt it. That's what we
No
talked about
point.
that
Do
we
you
want to see.
prefer healing or
When it comes to healing, I can depends because I'm not really that good with like Moira or Zen. I'm not really good with those guys.
what are you comfortable playing? Like DPS?
Depends which DPS we looking at mostly, or just any.
Well, what DPS do you play?
DPS you play?
Mostly either soldier or tracer.
Let's do that. You do that. Black, do you mind playing healer?
Yeah, which healer specifically?
Comfortable playing.
Hmm?
However, you think you're comfortable playing. If that's like Mercy or Ana or Lucia, we don't mind. But we still need a main healer.
I could Mercy, but then if I can switch to if things don't go well.
Cool. And I'll go off tank. Right, don't worry. Let's play this out.
Alright, them talking about what to play here is
Regardless
good.
of if
That's a
we
really
go
good conversation in
3-0,
general.
2-1,
Should be looking to have
we'll
that
learn something
more,
from this one.
in theory. More,
I'm gonna go
as much as
left
possible
side,
would be
see if I
best.
can get a pick. You guys, all just you guys rush
Yo,
left.
so
really,
night
so I
shot,
can lose
you
the
make the calls and shots.
Okay, so they're just rotating together, trying to get an angle.
You pushing for the left hand side.
No, we're going straight there.
The Tracers should be playing a flank angle here to pull attention, and then the rest of them should be going main to point, forcing the Ursa Diva to rotate. It's unlucky.
Widow's high.
Mercy is really kind of out in the open, and Ryan's split because his team's baiting. It's unlucky. Okay, so you guys left your Ryan to die there, and your supports weren't in a position to help either. So
We did say
if you're
go
going to
through.
play together to point, you should probably not be running Mercy's Ana or Mercy's Zen rather. Mercy's Zen's not the best hero combo in the game right now. So I'd be looking to play like an Ana Lucio or a Lucio Moira, something a little bit more fast with less diveability, so that you're safer and more likely to get the point.
Don't go
So I'm
straight
pretty
to
sure
Widow,
these guys
try
have
and
the
go left.
rules wrong. Yeah, this is quick play mode instead of competitive mode, but
Yeah, we'll go left.
not the biggest deal in the world.
Let's not be aggressive.
Move. Go. 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 Go.
Again, not a whole lot of talking about like what the whole plan is for the fight. More just kind
Really?
of doing it as we go, which is kind of not the best thing in the world, but it kind of works.
Teammate.
Genji's above.
Let's go.
Genji's looking for an ult. Move. 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 Move.
It's a good pin.
Get up.
Yeah, it's
Kinda down.
not the most optimal play in the world.
You're losing the shield battle, and it's a Rhine versus Orisa.
Orisa
When you
runes
get
that
the
shield war,
shield up, get the Zarya to
kinda.
pop
It's situational. It just depends on how you play it.
Switch to D.Va.
We can switch to. Alright, let me fix this.
Maybe.
Okay, so
Ooh, that widow.
again, need to be talking about what you want to do here, how you want to adapt to it, what they have, how you're gonna play around it, all that stuff.
Go.
Cross.
They managed to
Mal's
rotate through.
almost
That's
ready.
good. What
I'll
we
try.
wanted to see.
Give a bubble.
Careful.
Give a bubble.
I'm not playing.
It's unlucky. They should have used Trank earlier. Didn't communicate that they were playing D.Va instead of Zarya. Probably should have talked about that. They're bringing the fight to point now, which is good. It's what you wanted to see happen. Unfortunately, the Genji already made a lot of plays, so not the best thing in the world.
What is behind this?
Yeah, I can't actually get out spawn. She's spawn trapping me. And there's nothing we can do. We can't just change. Anyway, let's go Genji.
Going goats here might be a good solution. Just playing full goats, rushing to point, force them to deal with you on point. Their comp's not the best at dealing with that. They really only have nade to play off of, so that may be an option for you.
Gotta speed it, go on speed it up, try to push it.
Both on the high ground.
Yeah, I see them up there.
Push in. Okay.
I'll try to go for them.
Push in.
It's pretty unfortunate. The tanks went forward before the rest of the team could follow up. The rest of the team wasn't really able to do anything, and tanks got burned pretty hard.
Wipe.
18 seconds left.
Got one more attack.
We've got some time for one
We have
more
a very
thing.
sketch retake
Yeah.
if they do it fast enough.
Oh, I don't know though. 10 seconds.
Just keep going forward. Keep going forward.
I'd lose my shield.
I don't think any of them can touch. Yeah, they can't. Good body block from his
Ah,
own.
just to make it. My bad, wrong rules.
I don't have time to replay this.
So a little bit unlucky. They had the wrong rules on, but it's whatever. We get the idea. So probably looking to swap comps a little bit faster to counter what they're running. Talk about what they have and how you want to counter it more. Just in general, be trying to be a little bit more heads up about what's going on and adapt to it rather than kind of just playing your game. You need to be aware that there's another team and playing around that. They should probably be playing to like first tick or something here, I'd assume. Yeah, okay, that works. I figured it out. Easy peasy. So we'll see that in a second here. They'll play it out.
You see me? Oh, that's fine.
Whenever they get around to starting it. Easy clap, they did it. Let's go, baby. Okay, so we're gonna watch the one tick defense to see if they can manage to pull it off. Definitely still winnable. Just they have to kind of play around it.
They'll run that Widow again.
Oh, dude.
Gotta play very, very carefully.
In a situation like this where everybody's kind of down, depending upon who you are and how you can do, I would typically either crack a joke or start talking about the map. you know, something to lighten the mood up a little bit, make sure everybody's, you know, still alive.
Sure.
You can even make a joke about it being really quiet, you know, you can be like, oh, you know, I feel like I'm at my grandma's funeral or something, you know, just like something to make the atmosphere a little bit more enjoyable, try to keep people going a little bit harder. Because, I mean, while it does look like it's a lost fight, at this point, it's not completely lost, and you can still fight for it, and it doesn't necessarily matter now, but later on in the line, it matters. And if you can start building that character into the team, where you, no matter how much of a quote-unquote lost match it is or a lost fight, you still try and you still put in effort, it's very important.
Yeah, we can just look at it.
Healers at the back will stick on that main island.
They are
because
playing.
then-
If we play our healers up here, and you have a lot of coverage.
Well,
to
don't play
protect
her.
yourself.
Don't play her heels separate from the team, or else they're just gonna die.
No, up there.
Ana can be high ground, and can sort of be up there.
Moira, Moira
Watch
with us.
for their, watch for
Moira
their
with us.
flankers.
Anna up there.
Anna playing high ground's
Maybe
fine.
if you see someone going
Moira Anna's kind of a... That's a little weird. I
Coming
mean,
from the left.
don't really see it a lot, but again, probably just a hero pool thing. It can work.
What's that?
Alright, they've got Genji
Okay,
on top.
so they're
I'm at half shield.
good. This is
already.
good.
I'm
They're
at
scanning their
half shield.
comp. They should be hitting tab right about now to see what they have.
Left, take it down, bring it down.
Should be like, okay, they're running a
To the
Genji.
right.
The Genji's of course going to be trying to go on the Anna, so the Anna should be watching out for that. Call out where the Genji's passing so you don't get hit by it.
Genji's behind us. Genji's behind us.
Team bubble.
I'll try and get the Widow.
Brian gets hard bursted. Genji built the blade really fast. They weren't really able to deal with the Widow. If they're running the Anna in the back there, I would think playing to sustain by the Mega, so like you don't really take the fight, you can't just like sit there and just like play shield war for a while, is pretty good for you. Alright, and that's the map. Alright, so that's the review of Hertfordshire University's team. In general, some
Report the loss.
more or less stuff to go over. I'll go ahead and deafen comms real quick. Some things to go over for them in general. I think they should be looking to talk more in general.
Is there
So
any
like,
reason for us to be quiet.
oh, wait, I
No.
didn't deafen. Did I deafen? I think I deafened. Okay, we're good. Yeah, I deafened. Okay. At any rate, some things for them to go over is I'd look for them to talk a little bit more, think more about what's going on, what they saw, what they didn't see, what went wrong, what went right, what else they have, what the else we have, how we're going to play around that. Just in general, a little bit more planning and structure to the comp system. Compositional swaps I'd like to see made more of. They didn't really swap to counter comps efficiently. They kind of just kept playing the same comps even if it wasn't necessarily most optimal. So like I said, I'd like to see them swap comps a little bit more, plan a little bit more, and just keep the energy a little bit more up there. It started out good in the first map, but it really went downhill really quick. And even if you're losing maps, you still want to have that energy going. So those are the things I'd look for them to adapt in the future.
Fuck is Stockton.
Okay, so that's going to go ahead and be the stream for today. Thank you guys for tuning in. I'll be live later in the day with gameplay, and maybe later tonight with coaching. I don't know. It depends on what I'm happening, but more streams following. Make sure to join the Discords and follow the socials for all the updates. Thank you guys for being awesome, and have a great day.